Well, I've loved being with you. I'm going to share one more story with you, and I have to kind of laugh at myself as I share it. This is a story I wrote about 6 or 7 years ago. It's called Coffee Escape, because if you've heard anything about Portland, Oregon, you might have heard how crazy we are about coffee. And I have to laugh because this morning I was fortunate enough to be able to do a workshop here that the center sponsored about storytelling and memory loss, which is just wonderful. And I see a couple folks from that workshop in the audience, and it's great to see you again. But I have to laugh because my storytelling partner Norm and I, when Susan and the rest of the staff were helping us set up, as they've taken care of everything so we don't have to worry about it, but we were kind of giving the final okay. And both Norm and I were worried because there was only one pot of coffee. Like there's just one pot of coffee. In Portland, like 1.5 people would take care of that, and then they would be like at our throats, where's the rest of the coffee? And it was really funny because we got through the whole workshop, charming room full of wonderful people, and there was still a cup of coffee for me at the end. So it was like, oh Norm, we're not in Portland anymore. But it is, I really so loving being here in your wonderful part of the woods. And so let me share with you a story that I think, like any good story, I think a lot of us can relate to, no matter where we're literally coming from. Coffee escape. Sometimes I want to change my life, but I realize I actually don't want to change my life. I mean, having this experience of coming from Portland and coming out here, I kind of feel like I wish sometimes I could just be a different person in my life, because I am a very earnest and reliable person, and I always have been, and sometimes that gets to be kind of boring from the inside, doesn't it? Yes, I see some other earnest people in the audience nodding. Kind of boring, and we wish we could kind of be different. I've always wanted to be a little bit unreliable, more exotic, more sort of just dangerous, really. I'd love to be a little bit dangerous, but what are my chances? I don't even have any vices. I mean, not interesting ones. I have no interesting vices. The only thing I do, I even have given up thinking negative thoughts. I have. I only think positive thoughts now. I am a child of God, unfolding toward the light. I live a rich, challenging life. And the only thing I do, still, that's bad for me, is I just confess to it, I drink too much coffee. And even that, I switched to decaf. But still, I should give it up entirely, because I can really down a lot even of decaf. But in Portland, when you're in the 12th week of rain, yes, I see there are some people who have been in Portland for 12 weeks of rain, at least that's what it feels like from the inside. I used to have a bank. There used to be a bank where I kept my money, and there was something wrong with the electronic reader on top of the bank. It usually had a day of the month. And there was one stretch where it went from, February 29th, February 30th. It got all the way up to February 33rd. And that's what it felt like. It was like, it's February 33rd and I need a cup of coffee. And when you feel like that, you just look for a port in the storm. And so I did, and then I saw it. I saw my haven. I saw that green sign. Yes, you have them out here now too. With the mermaid, you know the one I mean? And it's like she was what are those people that called? Siren. She was a siren calling to me, and I was a ship being tossed out in the 12th week of rain in February, and she was saying to me, I have what you need. I have what you need. And so I went to her like in those old movies where you're just drawn in. I opened the door, and I got hit with that smell. Oh, that acrid, sweet but burned coffee smell. It's the smell of suffering. And I grew up Catholic, so I know suffering when I smell it. And I know that for something good, you really have to suffer. So I was ready, and I walked up to the counter, but I looked around, and everybody in the shop was sitting around little tables, and they all had kind of melancholy looks on their face, and they all had hot drinks in front of them, and that's what I wanted. I wanted my own coffee drink. And as I was heading toward the counter, I came across a display of mugs. I stopped, I looked, and then I realized these weren't just mugs. These were chalices. These are vessels, like the Grail. They were emerald and silver and gold in the light, and I wanted one. I wanted to be someone important enough to drink my coffee out of something like this. $27! But aren't I worth it? And think how many paper cups I'll save. I mean, this isn't just this is an investment in sustainability. So I went up to the counter and I put my vessel on it and I said, I'd like a coffee drink in this, please. You'd like a personal coffee drink, ma'am? Yes. Yes, that's what I want. A personal coffee drink. One unique to me. Because I am unique. I am special. I am a child of God unfolding toward the light, and I want a personal coffee drink. And what kind of drink would that be, ma'am? Oh gosh. American, no, macchiato. Yeah, I'll have a caramel. No. Caramel. I'll have a caramel macchiato, please, because that's what I'd be drinking on the veranda of my villa in Italy. As the sun slipped down the golden Tuscan hills, and I sit wearing white linen, sipping a caramel macchiato across from my sullen but sultry Italian lover. And, what size would you like, ma'am? Size? Oh, the coffee. I'll have, let's see, grande, is that your largest? Grande? No, venti, that's your largest, right? Venti? Venti. Venti, that's what I want. The largest size for me, because I live life large. I walk on the grand stage. I'm a child of God, unfolding toward the light, and I want a personal, venti caramel macchiato. Extra hot. Would you like any pastry with that, ma'am? No! No, just the drink. Just give me the drink. Okay, that'll be $35.50. Fine, take it. Take all my money. I don't care. Just give me the drink. Okay, that'll be a personal venti caramel macchiato, extra hot. Personal venti caramel macchiato, extra hot. Personal venti caramel macchiato, extra hot. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, God. I am really sorry. Listen, could I have that, decaf?